Hello and welcome to this IT Pro First Look video of the BlackBerry Torch. My name is Stephen Pritchard and I'm IT Pro's contributing editor. I'm going to give you a quick overview of some of the features and functions of BlackBerry's latest flagship handset, the 9800, or to give it its friendly nickname, the Torch. Bear in mind this is a pre-production model, but it does run BlackBerry's latest BlackBerry 6 OS. First impressions of the Torch are that the phone is very similar in its look and feel to the Bold, RIM's current flagship. The Torch is ever so slightly larger, but not as much as you'd notice in day-to-day use. The reason for the added bulk is the larger screen and the slide-out QWERTY keyboard. The keys feel very similar to those on any other BlackBerry, though because of the slider mechanism, they may be a little more cramped than on the current Bold. And as the new phone's a bit deeper, it's a little bit more work too for the fingers to find the menu buttons and trackpad. But at least they're out of the way of the keyboard, so there's no danger of pressing call when you're trying to type. The actual slide mechanism feels pretty positive and robust, and even with the keyboard out, the phone is easy enough to hold in one hand. Where the proper keys come into their own, of course, is for messaging and email. The Torch is a touchscreen phone. BlackBerry has been there before with the Storm and the Storm 2, but these phones have not been universally loved. There are other phones out there that had better touchscreens. The Storm's wasn't capacitive, and the lack of a proper keyboard meant it didn't feel like a proper BlackBerry either. The Torch sets out to fix this. But then nor has BlackBerry abandoned those of us, dare I say older users, who like the keypad shortcuts, such as pressing T for the top of the inbox or message and B for the bottom. It's nice to see these are still there on the Torch. Most people, though, will probably use the Torch in touchscreen mode unless they're writing a document or a longer email, or perhaps using BlackBerry Messenger. So the touchscreen has to be good. The good news is the touchscreen on the Torch is better than any touchscreen BlackBerry has done before. It's probably not as good as on the iPhone 4, but it's certainly as good as on all but the latest Android phones, and certainly good enough for daily use. And do remember that our demo unit here is running pre-release software, so RIM say the production phone will be more responsive than the one you see in this video. The handset also snaps between portrait and landscape mode very quickly, as you can see here, for web browsing, and also for using the full on-screen keyboard as an option. One thing that might be a little annoying, and you can see some of it on our video here, is that the Torch has some pretty aggressive power saving settings. These dim the screen to black. With a touchscreen, the temptation is to poke at the handset to revive it. This can be frustrating, as there is a little bit of a lag. But one reason this is a first look and not a full review of the Torch is that the Torch is running the new BlackBerry 6 operating system, and this comes with a new and much improved web browser. The pre-installed browser, even in the current Bold, is in all honesty pretty awful, so any improvement there is going to be welcomed by die-hard BlackBerry users. From our limited tests with the Torch, the stock browser, which is WebKit based, as is the browser on the iPhone, is perfectly usable. This is good news for IT departments, as the last thing they want to do is to have to buy new handsets and then go out and install new browsers on them. The browser on the Torch does integrate well with the handset's touchscreen and renders very readable pages in both portrait and landscape mode, although we did have a few problems rendering pages from our sister title, PC Pro. Whether that's down to the Torch's pre-release software or whether it's a mobile network issue, we can't say for sure. We weren't able to test the phone on Wi-Fi, so it's impossible to rule out the network connection. The other applications, Messenger, the mapping via assisted GPS, which was very quick, contacts and calendar, work as you would expect on any BlackBerry. In this first look, we weren't able to check out the multimedia and entertainment features of the phone fully, or look at how the Torch handles itself when it's connected to a BlackBerry Enterprise server, as many of them are going to be in businesses. But our first impressions? This is a BlackBerry that I would be happy to use as my weekend as well as my 9-to-5 work phone. It's not an iPhone, but then nor is it meant to be. If you already like the BlackBerry experience, then you'll like the Torch. It's a BlackBerry, but better. My name is Stephen Pritchard, and thank you very much for watching this first look review.